Have you ever wondered how the Israel and Gaza war started and why it continues to persist? This conflict isn't just a headline in the daily news, but a complex issue that shapes the geopolitical landscape of our world today. Understanding its origin, its evolution, and its persistent existence is vital not just for history enthusiasts, but for anyone keen on deciphering the world's intricate political puzzle. To answer that, we need to delve into history and unravel the series of events that led to this conflict. The roots of the Israel and Gaza war trace back to the late 19th and early 20th century. It was a time of great change, marked by the rise of the Zionist movement. This was a political movement born out of an aspiration for a Jewish homeland, a response to centuries of persecution and discrimination. The Balfour Declaration of 1917 further fueled this movement, with Britain expressing support for the establishment of a national home for the Jewish people in Palestine. Fast forward to the aftermath of World War II. The world witnessed a mass influx of Jewish immigrants into Palestine, seeking refuge from the horrors of the Holocaust. This significant demographic shift culminated in the formation of Israel in 1948, an event celebrated by some, but a source of deep resentment and resistance for others. But the formation of Israel was just the beginning of a long and complex struggle. The conflict escalated into wars, the most notable among them being the Six-Day War of 1967. This war was a pivotal moment in the history of the Middle East. Israel, in a preemptive strike, successfully seized control of the Gaza Strip and the Sinai Peninsula from Egypt, the West Bank, including East Jerusalem from Jordan, and the Golan Heights from Syria. In just 6 days, Israel had changed the face of the region. In the aftermath of the Six-Day War, Israel found itself in control of a significant Palestinian population. The occupation brought with it a host of complex issues. Israel's control over Gaza and the West Bank became a source of enduring tension and conflict, and the stage was set for the rise of Palestinian resistance movements. Among these movements, Hamas emerged as a major player. Founded in 1987 during the First Intifada, or uprising, Hamas was born out of a desire for a more militant response to the Israeli occupation. The organization, which combines political and military tactics, has been a key force in the ongoing conflict, advocating for the liberation of Palestine through armed struggle. The situation in Gaza has remained tense and volatile since then, with periods of relative calm punctified by bouts of violence. The Israeli-Palestinian conflict, with its roots in the past, continues to shape the present and remains a critical issue in the quest for peace in the Middle East. Fast forward to the present day, the conflict continues with no end in sight. The most recent round of violence erupted in 2021, sparking a wave of chaos and destruction. Israel and Gaza found themselves embroiled in a bitter war, a tragic echo of past clashes. The conflict resulted in a devastating humanitarian crisis in Gaza, where the infrastructure is crippled, and the people live under the shadow of fear and uncertainty. The world has not been a silent spectator to this conflict. Governments, international organizations, and individuals alike have voiced their concern, their outrage, their solidarity. They've sent aid, negotiated ceasefires, and pleaded for peace. Yet the cycle of violence seems to spin on, unbroken. The Israel and Gaza war has had profound implications, not just for the people directly involved, but for the entire world. It's a stark reminder of how fragile peace can be, and how desperately it's needed. So, what have we learned from this brief journey through the history of the Israel and Gaza war? We've journeyed from the origins of the conflict, rooted in territorial disputes and political ideologies, to its escalation marked by periods of intense violence and attempts at peace. We've seen how this conflict has shaped the lives of those living in Israel and Gaza, impacting their everyday existence in profound ways. The current situation is a complex tapestry of historical grievances, political maneuverings, and human struggles. We've seen the resilience of people, their hopes and fears, their struggles and triumphs. We've seen the impact of international politics and the role of various players in this intricate dance of power. Through it all, we've seen the human spirit, resilient, hopeful, and ever striving for peace. Understanding the history of the Israel and Gaza war is key to comprehending the complexities of this ongoing conflict and hopefully, to finding a peaceful resolution in the future.